Hello and welcome, everyone. Today with me is Natalie Watts, our owner of A Place at Home Little Rock. And today we are continuing our series on our 2022 A Place at Home convention, which was all about taking our businesses to the next level. And we've been interviewing all of our award winners that have done just amazing things in their markets and to help the brand across the nation throughout this last year. So Natalie Watts, she won a few awards, but she is no stranger to awards. And just to provide a little introduction, since the year that she was eligible to win awards, starting back in 2020 convention, she won top caregiver satisfaction, top client satisfaction, and our most coveted brand ambassador award. But that wasn't it. In 2021, Founders Cup, brand ambassador, and most improved. And 2022 did not disappoint, coming in with top client satisfaction, as well as our newest award, and one that's very special amongst the owners because it's voted on amongst the owners. That's the Franchisee Leader of the Year award. So congratulations on all of those things. We're going to dive into them. But again, thank you, Natalie, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, let's take a look at this very first award, client satisfaction, which, again, you're no stranger to client satisfaction, always ranking amongst the top of all of our owners and the top within the nation on the satisfaction that you are bringing to your community and to the seniors of Little Rock. So, first question, really, how is it that you keep your clients satisfied? I mean, you had over 93% satisfaction rating, which is no easy feat. I mean, the Google reviews are amazing, 4 stars all over the place. And, you know, the client testimonials that we see are tremendous. So how is it that you keep your clients satisfied?
Well, so Jerod, our clients are our family. And I believe that satisfaction starts at the very beginning, that first interaction when we are at the client's house in a consult. We paint a very real, true picture of what they can expect when they start receiving care. Because we all know life happens, right? Caregivers will call out on a shift. Sometimes we even have to switch their caregivers. So we let the clients know that we, as a partnership with the family, will make every possible effort to cover that shift, even if it means sending one of our office staff to cover it. It is that important to us. We also are communicating with our clients and their families on a regular basis. Our RN and field coordinator make regular visits to keep up with any changes in conditions. We make those simple phone calls when someone goes into the hospital or to rehab or has a changing condition to check up on them and find out if there's any additional extra that we can do. We'll visit them in the hospital. We will go by and get some groceries to stock their fridge when they come home. It's all those little things. But one of the most important things that contributes to our high satisfaction scores is the simple question of how are we doing and what can we do better? We talk to our clients about that all the time. We stress to them and reiterate to them that we use a third party to assess our satisfaction or their satisfaction, and that we want all tens. But if there's something that they are not able to give us a 10 on, I personally expect a phone call. I want to understand the issue and see what we can do about it so that we can earn those 10s.
Absolutely. And I mean, just tremendous advice there. Communication is key. And it's not reactive communication. It's not calling to say, you know, that although if something goes wrong, of course, an apology is in order, but it's that upfront communication, setting up expectations, making sure that the clients understand that, you know, we deal every day with people, and with people sometimes come challenges. Comes, flat tires, sick kids. It's very important that really humanize it and make sure that your clients understand that yes, we're going to do 110% to our best ability to make sure that you get everything that we could possibly provide in terms of our caregivers and them being able to provide excellent care. But sometimes when things don't go the way that we had all had hoped, it's good for them to understand that. And something else you hit on there that we stress to all owners and to all office staff when they're on the phone is that simple question, right? Like, would you give us a 10 if you were asked today? And if they say no for any reason, if it's a 9.95, we need to know, what is it that we can do better, right? Because we don't want to find that out on the satisfaction report. We want to find that out on a phone call, so we have a chance to do something about it. So that's great. All of those things most certainly have come together for you and definitely allowed you to reach this client satisfaction goal. So is there any kind of special events? Is there any appreciation gifts or things that you do for your clients?
So we try to make sure that we're present at any event. For example, we open a booth and are out on our local Air Force base anytime there's a retiree event. That's very important to us, that they see us, they see our brand, our faces, and know that we are there to help them be a part of the solution that they might be looking for. Again, we make regular visits. Our RN and field coordinator and office staff make regular visits to our clients' homes, and when they need us or if there's a change in condition. We send our veterans cards on Veterans Day. We are in the process right now of addressing all of our Christmas cards and sending them out to our clients. It's a lot of those little things that go so far.
Absolutely. And some of those little things, they definitely go a long ways, and some of them aren't so little. I'm just in this conversation being reminded of a very creative, very caring and thoughtful event that you provided during COVID, the hugging booth. Do you want to just tell people what that was? Because that was so amazing, and I think about that all the time.
Oh, thanks. So the hugging booth was a large wooden frame that my husband built for us with the the plastic, really thick plastic
Mhm.
that made a frame. And we cut holes in it and framed it out with duct tape. And then we bought the gloves that went up to your shoulder for each person. These family members in communities during COVID, it was so very sad that they weren't able to see their family, but even more importantly, touch. Touch is such a powerful thing. And they weren't able to hug their spouses or their kids or their grandkids. And with this hugging booth, you could put those gloves on, go through the plastic sheeting that's dividing and being that barrier that you needed. Nothing with the face. The only thing that would go through were each other's arms.
Sure.
And they could actually hug. And it's clear plastic, so you could see the person on the other side if they just wanted to use it as a visual. And we
Mhm.
made that work for our elders in wheelchairs as well as those that were standing. And it went over really well. It touched a lot of people's hearts, and that's what it's all about, was bringing them back together.
Well, and it was such a tough time, and I know that there are definitely still struggles, with COVID and other viruses. But things like that really do make a memory, make an impact on all those families. So I know those clients and other community members. I got to take advantage of that. Were very appreciative. So that was awesome. Well, I mean, thinking of that, reminds us, of course, of the pandemic and these last, 2.5 years or so of really difficult times. Is there anything not only pandemic related, but feel free to touch on that, but any struggles that you've experienced over the past 3 years, with your clients and maybe how you've been able to overcome some of those?
So unfortunately, there are, in rare occasions, clients that we just cannot satisfy. Whether their expectation is for our caregiver to sweep the driveway and pressure wash their house, or if the family knows they need care, but the client doesn't accept that and they don't want it. In those situations, unfortunately, we just can't make it work no matter how hard we try. So we have to let those clients go. And that's one of the biggest struggles. When I personally know that we can be a solution to their current issue going on and we can help, they don't want the help. It's never going to work.
That is tough. That is tough. And, in business, or, you're reminding me of that 90-10 rule, to where 90% of your time, if you let it, can be spent with those 10% that sometimes, no matter what you do, won't be happy. And so, no matter how hard we try, unfortunately, there are people who just aren't a fit. So it's important that you recognize that. And, again, it's about those expectations. And if it's something where you can never meet the expectations, and of course, why would you continue with unhappy caregivers going to see unhappy clients that no matter what they did, really couldn't overcome? So, yep, that definitely is a struggle. But speaking of caregivers, right, they're a big part of this equation. We often say you can't have happy clients without happy caregivers. But would you say your caregivers are equally as happy with your clients, and like how they work and how they pair up with your clients?
Sure. I would like to say our caregivers are as equally as happy as our clients. We make a special effort to pair our caregivers with our clients based on their location, their skill set, their availability, and their personality. And if you do, I mean, we get it right almost all the time, but we don't bout 1,000. And there are some cases when we have to try and even try again. And we're not going to stop until we get that right, because when you do, you have a happy caregiver and a happy client, that special bond forms. And that is the main reason why we're there in the first place. And if the caregiver and client have that bond, miracles can happen. I mean, we have seen a client that was on hospice, immobile, and the caregiver came in, and it was after like a month of us being there every single day to help the husband out. This woman is now off of hospice,
Wow.
breathing fine, doing great, and walking around again,
Hmm.
which no one expected. And that their bond, she's family to that family. And that's what we go for.
Wow, that says a lot. And no easy feat there. Graduating hospice, um, doesn't happen often, and
No.
to be able to bring that that value back to that person, and their livelihood, that's pretty special. All right, so of course, happy caregivers, happy clients, those are top of mind for all of our owners. But not only are you making an impact within your community there, you're making an impact amongst our A Place at Home franchise family, and our A Place at Home community across the United States. You have been a member of the Franchise Advisory Council here at A Place at Home, and just won your second term, voted on it by your peers. So obviously you must have been doing a great job. I know I really enjoy having you in the FAC. But this last year, in our 2022 convention, we launched a new award, the Franchisee Leader of the Year. voted on by the franchisees and, your peers to see who is the most collaborative, innovative, who's doing the marketing, who's helping not only the brand but the owners, move forward. And I know from personal experience and just examples from hearing from some of the owners that you're always willing to pick up the call. And being on the franchise development side, you're even willing to invite people to come on into your office. Sometimes even before they come on, or say, "Hey, come on in." And that's just the kind of person you are, which is amazing. Welcome with open arms and dinner. I know you had hosted Dustin and myself. We came down for a little bit of ops overview, but also some fun down there in Arkansas, and got to check out the hot springs. Maybe we'll do another LinkedIn Live talking about the spa treatment in hot springs, and which was very relaxing, very interesting, and glad I got a chance to experience it. But anyways, back to it here. Franchisee Leader of the Award. Awesome award. And what does it mean for you to win this award?
I am 100% honored and humbled by this award. It was really a pleasant surprise. It was fantastic. Our brand is amazing. We offer an incredible service to seniors and their families that are in need. And so for me, we've been very successful here in Little Rock. And I feel that I have an obligation to the brand as a whole to turn around and help coach and service those new owners to help them be equally as successful, because the result is more and more seniors throughout the United States getting help. And that is what it really is all about for me.
Mm-hmm.
They deserve to age in place at home. And if we can continue to open more and more franchises throughout different states that we're not in, they'll see what we're all about. We are one big family and all have a common goal. So it's very special, that award for me.
That's awesome. That's, most certainly, very selfless award, and what you do for the owners. They all know that you've got their back, and would do whatever you could to help them in their success, and again move the brand forward, and allow a place at home to continue to help all of those that we're serving now and all those in the future. So, is there any initiatives that you have when collaborating with the other franchisees and in continued efforts to move that brand forward?
Well, sure. So the way I even start is I speak with you guys weekly, still have a weekly coaching call with you. And on those calls, I ask, just point blank again, asking who's struggling? What do they need help with? And then I read in our chats that the franchisees chat room that we go back and forth on, and on their Facebook posts, whether it's a success they just experienced or something that they're struggling with, I make it a point to reach out to them and either congratulate them on their latest success and or help and ask how I can help. And then we just talk through things. And yes, with the new owners and new to be owners, I invite them to basically come and live a day in the life of, a place at home here in Little Rock. If we can duplicate this, everyone wins. And our seniors, like I said, get the help that they need and so much deserve. So I want to always take that opportunity to serve anyone that I can. I love being a servant leader. I was taught that at a very young age, and it's the right thing to do.
Most certainly. And not only are you leading, you know, the brand through these initiatives, and just purely by being a good, a good person, good cohort, and mentor to a lot of our new owners, but you're also taking a little bit of risk from time to time, trying some new things in marketing. When we're asking, hey, we'd love for you to invest in this, maybe do a beta for some marketing in different areas that we're trying out. You're one of the first to say, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. What are some things on the marketing front? Maybe some initiatives that you're doing, things you've been successful on here over this last year.
So marketing, basically is just bringing brand awareness through networking and relationships throughout the community. One thing that we've been really good at is partnering with like-minded business owners in the senior industry around here in Little Rock. We partner with other home care agencies. They're not competition. There are so many seniors that need help, and I can't staff them all. So we partner with other agencies to split hours so that the senior wins and they get the coverage that they need for their shifts. We partner with another business that solely focuses on placement when seniors can no longer live in their homes and need to move into independent or assisted living or even memory care. Those partnerships are very, very important and special. Like I said, they're like-minded. We all have a common goal, and together we have a higher chance of being able to accomplish what we are trying to do. Sherry, our marketing director, is also presenting or interviewing different industry leaders, whether it's hospice, Alzheimer's Association, home health agencies, on their expertise during her videos on Facebook and LinkedIn that she's calling Let's Talk Thursday, and spreading that information through social media to families that might need the help that we don't reach in our day-to-day activities.
That's very creative. That's awesome. I've seen some of the videos, and I most certainly will continue to try to get those out there as well to other people in your community. Just offering great resources, great way to collaborate with a lot of the different referral partners and other people in the industry that affect so many in senior care. So that's great. So 2022 is coming to an end, and you've talked a lot about the things that you're currently doing, a lot of the marketing initiatives, but what's maybe something you're planning on for 2023? What does next year look like for you?
So we've really focused here in Little Rock within a 30-mile radius from our office, and it's served us really well. But we have a much larger territory, and our focus in 2023 is going to be expanding. So we are expanding into the Conway area as of now. We will run all of those operations through our Little Rock office. But per our license, we also want to expand to the Hot Springs area. They have one of the largest gated communities and in the nation, as well as it's kind of the snowbirds' place to go in the summer with all the beautiful lakes and housing available in the Hot Springs area. So we want to break into that area. That we will have to open a satellite office for. So we're going to work first quarter to get all of that in order and hopefully open a Hot Springs office second quarter of next year.
That's going to be great. That's exciting. I know that was one of our goals when we came down to see you, to scope out some new territory, go through the Hot Springs Village, which was such a neat community. Had no idea that it existed, and just a massive community. 9 golf courses, neighborhoods just tucked away in the forest, and just seems like a really nice place to not only live and snowbird, but for you to be able to provide services for. So I will look forward to that. And I have no doubt 2023 that not only will we see you at the FAC meetings, not only at our um, convention, but on the award podium, getting some additional awards to add to your shelves in your office. Got no doubt. So 2023 is going to be an exciting year. Looking forward for all of what has transpired. Looking forward for what is to come. And Natalie, just thank you again. I know you're very busy growing your business, and appreciate you taking some time today to share with everyone some of your tips and tricks and how you can achieve that satisfaction with your clients, as well as just what an awesome person and leader that you are.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You bet. All right. Bye, Natalie. Thanks
I'll
again.
talk to you later. Bye.